Hello and welcome back to my channel Shadow of Dawn. This is real. First of all, thank you so much for helping me reach 1000 subscribers. Your support truly means a lot, and this is just the beginning of our journey together. So today, this is my first official video after reaching that milestone, and I wanted to make it something special for all of you. In this video, we are ranking the top 10 meta heroes in Mobile Legends that can help you dominate your rank matches and climb faster. But before we begin,
what is meta? What is meta?
meta stands for the most effective heroes in the current game version. Heroes that perform better because of balance changes, strong damage output, survivability, mobility, and their overall impact in matches. These heroes are currently some of the strongest picks in the game, and if you are not using them, you might be missing easy wins. So make sure to watch this video until the end, because the number one hero on the list might surprise you. Let's get straight into the countdown.
Let me tell you some basics of science.
Harley's second skill to get a good angle to cast his first skill and follow up with basic attacks. Then use his second skill again to get back to safety. In teamfights, use Harley's second skill to find a good position to land his ultimate. Then cast his ultimate at the target and follow up this first skill before moving back to safety with his second skill. Harley has great mobility and good burst damage against single targets, but he lacks AoE and sustained damage. At level 1, upgrade Harley's first skill, and continue upgrading it afterwards as his main source of damage. Upgrading the skill will also allow him to throw more waves of cards.
Legendary!
While throwing cards with his first skill, Harley can cast his second skill to gain movement speed, and blink to reposition.
Legendary!
When a target is hit by Harley's ultimate, a part of their HP...
Crowned by heaven's mandate, my legacy shall endure.
and reduce their magic defense. Then use her first skill while moving to reposition and deal sustained damage. If enemies leave the area of the second skill, use it again to move the Phoenix on top of them. In teamfights, use Zetchin's ultimate to boost her team's movement speed and launch the global attack. Then immediately use her second skill to slow enemies, making it easier for the ultimate to land. Follow up with her first skill for more AoE, and recast the second skill if enemies try to leave its range. Zetchin is a versatile hero, though her burst damage potential is somewhat limited. While Zetchin's ultimate is very powerful, it has a notably crucial. Upgrade Zetchin's first skill at level 1, and continue to prioritize upgrading it as her main source of damage. Zetchin can cast her other skills while channeling her first skill or ultimate, allowing her to use the second skill to slow enemies or the first skill for damage.
My kiss will grant immortality or death.
During the laning phase, use Alice's first skill to shoot her blood sphere at the enemy. Then use the first skill again to blink on top of them. Follow up with her second skill to damage and slow the target. And stay close so her activated passive continues to deal damage. In teamfights, use Alice's first skill to blink into the enemy's back line. Then follow up with her second skill to slow them, and unleash her ultimate for AoE magic damage and immobilizing. Once activated, Alice's passive skill grants her powerful sustained damage and self-healing, so stay close to enemies to keep refreshing the duration of its effect. Upgrade Alice's first skill at level 1, then prioritize leveling up her second skill, since it's her primary source of damage. While Alice is channeling her ultimate, she can use her first skill to reposition. Launch her blood sphere into the enemy with her first skill, then immediately activate her ultimate. While channeling, use the first skill again to blink to her blood sphere, bringing her ultimate on top of the enemy before they can react, and greatly boosting its effectiveness.
Valor and royalty in a dead body.
In the laning phase, Leomord's first skill is a great poking tool that can zone out enemies while helping him clear minions. When the enemy's HP is close to his passive's threshold, charge in with his second skill and finish them off with basic attacks.
You have slain an enemy!
In teamfights, Leomord can cast his ultimate, then his first and second skills while Barbiel is moving towards him. After mounting, Leomord can use his mounted first skill, second skill, and basic attacks to continue dishing out damage. Leomord is a hero with great mobility and initiation, but he must be careful of displacement abilities that can move him out of range of Barbiel when casting his ultimate. At level 1, upgrade his first skill and continue to prioritize his first skill as his main source of damage early on. When momentum is charging, tap it again to release the attack early. When an enemy is about to leave the skill range, release his first skill early to guarantee damage. When an enemy is about to leave the range of his first skill, casting his second skill will also immediately release his first skill for a quick combo, while moving you toward the target to continue the assault. His second skill in the mounted state has...
The Immortal One chose me to vanquish the shadows that plague this world.
Suyou is good at snowballing advantages to quickly extend the lead. But unlike traditional assassins, Suyou doesn't have high burst damage, and it's hard to maximize his damage. Upgrade Suyou's second skill at level 1, and upgrade his first skill at level 2. Then prioritize leveling his second skill, followed by his third skill, since most of his damage comes from his second skill. Tapping Suyou's skills will put him in his assassin state and grant extra movement speed, so it's best to switch to this form when roaming the map. Suyou's second skill can be held to unleash a 3-hit attack, but it can be interrupted by CC and dodged with mobility skills, so use the tap version of the second skill instead against enemies with CC or mobility. We recommend the Assassin emblem with Thrill, Weapons Master, Lethal Ignition talents. In this setup, Thrill and Weapons Master talents provide physical attack to boost Suyou's damage, while also increasing his damage reduction in Immortal form. And Lethal Ignition works perfectly with Suyou's multi-hit attacks to add some burst damage.
I, Minotaur, will finish off what was left undone.
In the laning phase, use Minotaur's first skill to knock the enemy airborne and reduce their defense. then deal damage with his enhanced basic attacks. Use his second skill to heal him and his teammate to come out ahead in the trade. In teamfights, use Minotaur's first skill to jump in and knock enemies airborne, then use his ultimate to keep them CC'd and enter the enraged state. Use his first skill to knock enemies airborne again and continue to deal damage with basic attacks. Use Minotaur's second skill when he or his team needs healing. Minotaur can CC enemies in a wide area, but the lead distance of his first skill is...
We are Gloo!
Big mischief!
In the laning phase, Gloo should use his first skill to attack the target enemy and create a goo. Then he can use his second skill to target the goo to bring the enemy to its location and trigger an explosion. Touching the goo will also reset Gloo's first skill, allowing him to use it again to deal damage. In teamfights, Gloo can use his first and second skill combo to close in on the enemy and immobilize them. Then he should use his first skill and ultimate to add more sticky stacks to enemy heroes, and attach himself with his ultimate to the enemy hero who has maximum sticky stacks. Once Gloo's first and second skills are ready, he can use the combo to deal damage and move the host out of position. Finally, he can use the refresh first skill and his basic attacks to finish off the host. Gloo can disrupt any battle formations with his ultimate. Gloo will not easily be killed once he attaches himself to an enemy hero, as part of the damage he takes is transferred to his host.
Different perspectives expose the same truth.
3, 2, 1.
During the laning phase, use Marcel's second skill to run up to the enemy and cast his first skill. While the enemy is immobilized, lay into them with basic attacks. In teamfights, Marcel should activate his second skill, followed by his first skill. Run into the enemy's formation, then use the second skill again to dash away, and drop his first skill on top of them. Once the enemies are immobilized, use his ultimate. Marcel has strong AoE CC and excels at securing kills with teammates while roaming. However, he has relatively low HP and HP growth, so aim for quick hit and runs in the early game and avoid drawn-out fights. Upgrade Marcel's first skill at level 1, then prioritize upgrading his second skill. His first skill can help allies clear creep and minions, while his second skill boosts his mobility and survivability. The frozen moment effect of Marcel's passive triggers automatically when enemies enter his range, so maintain distance while roaming or laning until it's time to trigger his passive.
To lead the charge!
Hilda's Wilderness Mark can greatly increase her skill damage, while her HP regen and shield passive give her great sustainability. Unfortunately, Hilda is easily countered by kiting heroes. At level 1, it's recommended to upgrade Hilda's second skill. Focus on Hilda's second skill and use her first skill as a backup for maximum damage. Hilda's passive improves her survivability near bushes, so it will be a good idea to ambush enemy heroes from there. Hilda's ultimate can deal much more damage if she has already used her skills and basic attacks to apply as many stacks of Wilderness Mark as possible on the target enemy. When laning, Hilda can hit the enemy heroes behind minions with a shockwave created by her first skill. Blade of the Heptases is Hilda's core piece of equipment. The item synergizes well with Hilda's passive, which can help her maintain her attack-recover style of play. Build Thunderbelt in the early game to improve Hilda's chasing capability, and Oracle in the late game to enhance the HP regen from her passive.
the guardian angel of Northern Vale!
During the laning phase, use Freya's first skill to close the gap on enemies and knock them airborne while giving herself a shield. Use her second skill once, followed by 2 enhanced basic attacks to make use of the attack speed bonus and generate more sacred orbs from her passive. In teamfights, use Freya's ultimate to dive the enemy backline and start dealing splash damage. Use her first skill to CC enemies and shield herself, then alternate between her second skill and AoE basic attacks to bring them down. Upgrade Freya's second skill at level 1, and continue to prioritize upgrading her second skill. To maximize damage, alternate between Freya's second skill and basic attacks. With no cooldown, Freya's second skill can be used frequently for damage and mobility. Freya's sacred orbs will refill automatically when out of combat, and she can use her second skill to quickly cut across the map, while stacking her attack speed effect up to 6 times. Freya should wait until the enemy's key skills are on cooldown before engaging with her ultimate. Since Freya has extra basic attack range in Valkyrie state, aim her ultimate at the enemy's flank, and use her second skill and AoE basic attacks to attack enemies and weave out of harm's way.